Oh, yeah. I don't look. I have my problems with Elon Musk. I've went at him pretty hard. I think he's extremely hypocritic. Hypocritic. Yeah, he took my blue check away because I was critical of the H-1B visa.
Let's get this out of the way to start. Let's talk a little Kanye West, or Ye as he calls himself. Is it a fair characterization, Myron, to say that you don't agree with the stuff he said on social media, but your argument is you still feel like he should have the right to say it? Is that a fair characterization of your opinion?
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with everything he says. I mean, some of the stuff is wild. But I'll always defend free speech. I think people should be able to say whatever they want to say. This nation was founded upon the First Amendment and freedom of speech. If we don't have freedom of speech, we don't have a country. And, I think there's a reason why our forefathers traversed the Atlantic Ocean, battling scurvy and almost dying to be able to get us that free speech. So, yeah, I don't agree with everything, but I think, we need to be able to defend people's ability to say things.
So when it comes to freedom of speech, like if Kanye wants to be on a public sidewalk and say whatever he wants or hold up a sign, I would agree with you 100%. But would you agree with me that X and social media platforms are private businesses and free speech doesn't pertain to private business? And if somebody wants somebody off their platform, they have the right to kick them off. Would you agree with me there?
Well, to a degree. So the thing with X in particular is that when Elon Musk took over X, he modeled it after the First Amendment. I have a couple of screenshots actually where, he talks about this, where is the bedrock of a democracy. If you don't have the First Amendment, you don't have a country, etc. A bunch of different things, kind of the same views that I have. So when it comes to X, Elon Musk modeled it after the First Amendment. So I would say for that, no, private, I get it's a private business or whatever it may be, but if it's just speech, especially when you market it as a free speech platform, then that becomes problematic if it doesn't hold up his end. As far as other platforms like YouTube, Facebook, etc., Meta, sure, you can make the argument like it's a private business, you got to stay within the terms and guidelines. But my problem is that now these social media companies have been weaponized through the government to censor people, right? Like, I'll give you a perfect example. About a year ago, or 2 years ago, actually, DHS released a document where they had a congressional meeting on this as well, on channels that were hateful, that were in the manosphere. Myself, Andrew Tate, and a couple other channels were named on there. And what ended up happening was these channels all got suppressed on YouTube. So you have the government coming in directly and intruding into a private business saying these people need to be censored. And we end up getting, shadow ban on
I don't
YouTube.
agree. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think the government should do that. But would you also agree with me, though? Isn't Elon Musk doing the same thing? I know some friends of mine that are on the far right, which I'm not on, but millions and millions of followers. You have a huge platform, even people that have a larger platform than you, and you have a pretty big one, that have been censored and they've lost money. I know a lot of people with huge engagement, even people that work for InfoWars, that are getting paid a fraction of what they used to get paid. The whole Laura Loomer thing and taking away certain people's blue check marks because Elon doesn't like what they have to say. I think that's also wrong.
Well, no, I agree with you. I mean, but just to finish up with the whole thing, I think that's why Trump signed that executive order with the social media stuff or whatever, with the government being involved, because the government uses social media a lot of times as an agent for its own censorship. But for the Elon Musk, I have my problems with Elon Musk. I've went at him pretty hard. I think he's extremely hypocritic. Yeah, he took my blue check away because I was critical of the H-1B visa, actually.
So I think for the most part, we probably agree on that. I mean, I think Kanye's despicable, and I think the whole reason why he said those things was because he had an album coming out. I think there are much better ways to promote an album than attacking Jews and attacking people for their religion. I think he's absolutely despicable. That's my personal opinion.